Welcome back to Career Friend, your pathway to a shining future.
We're so excited to see you again. In our last episode, we mastered the core interview.
You learned how to introduce yourself, discuss strengths, and ask great questions.
But what about the really tough questions, the ones that make your heart race?
Today, we're tackling the king of them all. Tell me about a time you failed.
This question is your golden opportunity to show resilience, not weakness.
We'll guide you through a proven formula to answer it with confidence.
We'll guide you through a proven formula to answer it with confidence.
By the end, you'll no longer fear this question. You'll welcome it.
Let's transform this challenge into your greatest strength. Leonardo, it's wonderful to see you again. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for inviting me, Linda. It's great to be here.
As you know, this second interview is more about diving into specific scenarios.
I understand. I'm ready to discuss my experience in more detail.
Perfect. We were very impressed with your initial conversation.
That's wonderful to hear. I left our last meeting even more interested in the role.
The team was pleased with your questions about our challenges in onboarding.
I'm glad. It sounds like a very dynamic environment.
It is. So let's dive into some situational questions, starting with a crucial one. Can you tell me about a time you failed at work or on a project? What was the situation?
Yes, I can. Thank you for asking that question. I believe we can learn as much from our setbacks as we do from our successes.
I agree completely. Please go ahead.
Certainly. I'll tell you about a project from my internship. I was tasked with managing my first solo client social media campaign. The goal was to increase website visits by 20% over 1 month. I was responsible for the strategy, content creation, and scheduling.
I see. So this was a significant independent project for you.
It was. I was very excited and determined to prove myself. My task was to plan and execute a successful campaign from start to finish. I needed to deliver the results we promised to the client. At the time, I saw it as a straightforward task. Create good content, post it, and track results.
That seems like a logical approach. What happened next?
I launched the campaign. The first week, the content was live, but the results were very low. The number of clicks to the website was far below our target. By the middle of the second week, it was clear the campaign was failing.
Thank you for setting the scene so clearly. Please continue.
I realized I had to act quickly. I had focused only on creating content. I failed to properly research the client's target audience or their online habits. So I immediately paused the scheduled posts and analyzed the poor performance data. I then spent a day researching the correct audience and studying competitors. I went to my supervisor, admitted the campaign was not working, and showed her my new plan.
How did she react when you came to her with this?
She was supportive. She appreciated that I identified the problem and proposed a solution. With her approval, I created new, targeted content for the remaining 2 weeks. Ultimately, we did not hit the original 20% goal. The campaign ended with a 10% increase in website traffic. So, in that sense, I've failed to meet the primary objective.
But you managed to turn it around significantly in a short time.
We did. More importantly, I learned an invaluable lesson about the importance of foundational research.
That's a very honest account. What was the key lesson for you?
The key lesson was that execution is nothing without strategy. I learned to never skip the research phase. Assumptions are not data. I also learned the importance of asking for help early rather than trying to fix everything alone.
And how have you applied this lesson since then?
In every project after that, the first thing I did was deep dive into the data and the audience. For my next campaign, which was successful, I presented a full research document to my team first. This failure fundamentally improved my entire approach to project planning.
So, you would say this failure made you a better marketer?
Absolutely. It was a difficult experience, but it was one of my most formative learning moments. It taught me humility, resilience, and the true meaning of strategic thinking.
Thank you, Leonardo. That was an excellent and reflective answer.
Let's try another scenario. Tell me about a time you had a disagreement with a colleague.
Of course. I was working with a designer on a brochure. We had different ideas on the layout. I felt the text was getting lost, and she felt my text was too long. I suggested we take 10 minutes to explain our perspectives to each other fully. I listened to her design principles, and she listened to my communication goals. We collaborated on a new layout that used shorter text and more impactful visuals. It was a compromise that ultimately made the final product much stronger.
Excellent. How do you handle tight deadlines?
I prioritize ruthlessly. I list all tasks and identify what is truly urgent versus important. I communicate my progress clearly to my manager and focus on one task at a time to maintain quality. I also make sure to avoid multitasking as it reduces efficiency.
Describe a time you had to learn something new quickly.
When I started, I didn't know how to use a specific project management software. Over a weekend, I completed an online course and practiced with a test project. By Monday, I was proficient enough to manage my tasks on the new platform.
Leonardo, let's discuss practicalities. What are your salary expectations?
Based on my research on this role and the market rate in this city, I am seeking a salary in the range of $25,000 to $30,000 annually. I believe this range reflects the value and skills I would bring to this position.
Thank you for that. That range is within our budget for this role.
That's great to hear. Could you tell me about the opportunities for professional development?
We offer an annual budget for courses and conferences. We also have internal training programs.
That aligns perfectly with my goal of continuous learning.
What is your preferred management style?
I work well with managers who provide clear goals and regular feedback. I am self-motivated, but I appreciate having a supportive leader I can check in with. From our conversations, it seems that's the style you encourage here.
It is. We believe in empowering our team with clear direction.
Well, Leonardo, you've answered some very challenging questions beautifully today.
Thank you, Linda. I've enjoyed our conversation very much.
Your ability to reflect on your experiences is a real strength.
That means a lot. I'm genuinely passionate about this opportunity.
We can feel that. We don't have any more questions. Do you have any final ones for us?
Just one. Based on our discussions, do you have any doubts about my ability to succeed in this role?
That's a confident and smart question. Honestly, no. We are very impressed. In fact, we don't see a need to prolong this process. We would like to offer you the position of marketing assistant.
That is fantastic news. Thank you so much. I am thrilled to accept the offer and can't wait to get started.
Wonderful. Welcome to the team, Leonardo.
Thank you, Linda. This is a dream come true for me.
HR will send the formal offer letter today. Congratulations.
Thank you again. I'm so excited for this journey. He did it! Leonardo got the job. And it was largely due to how he handled that tough question.
Let's break down his perfect formula for answering, "Tell me about a time you failed."
He picked a project that didn't succeed but wasn't a disaster.
He clearly outlined the situation, task, action, and result.
He didn't dwell on the failure. He focused on what he did to fix it.
This is the most important part. He explicitly stated what he learned.
He showed how that lesson made him better in future projects.
Notice he didn't blame others, make excuses, or choose a fake humble brag failure.
His answer was honest, humble, and showed tremendous professional growth.
This is what turns a question about failure into a story about your potential.
Practice this formula with your own stories. Write them down.
When you can talk about your failures with this much clarity, you show true confidence.
You've just learned one of the most powerful secrets to acing any interview.
But your journey to career mastery doesn't stop here.
In our next episode, we tackle another critical moment: how to negotiate your salary.
How do you get the pay you deserve without risking the job offer?
We'll show you the exact scripts and strategies to negotiate with confidence.
You've learned how to get the offer. Now learn how to make it the best offer possible.
Please watch the next episode. It could be worth thousands of dollars to your career.
If this video helped you, please help us help others.
Subscribe to Career Friend and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the salary negotiation guide.
Like this video and share it with a friend who is also preparing for interviews.
Remember, your career is a journey. We are here to walk with you every step of the way.
Thank you for believing in yourself and for letting us be a part of your success story.
Keep learning, keep growing, and we will see you in the next episode of Career Friend.